My beloved brothers and sisters, there will come a time in your life when no matter what you do, someone will still have something to say about you. They will criticize, mock, lie, and even go as far as questioning your intentions. But let me tell you something very important. When Allah is with you, you don't need to worry about who's against you. Let them talk, Allah will defend you. In life, not everyone will be pleased with you. In fact, even the prophets of Allah, the best of all creation, were insulted, mocked, and rejected. Do you know what Allah said about them? In Surah Al-Hijr, Allah told the Prophet Muhammad, indeed, we are sufficient for you against the mockers. What a powerful reassurance. Allah didn't say, go and fight them or answer back. Allah said, we are enough for you against those who mock. This is a lesson for us. We don't always have to explain ourselves to people. We don't need to run behind every rumor trying to correct it, because when Allah is your protector, you are already protected. When Allah defends you, you don't need to lift a finger. His defense is more powerful than anything you could ever say or do. Look at the story of Maryam, peace be upon her. A pure, chaste woman chosen by Allah to be the mother of Isa, Jesus, peace be upon him. When she returned to her people carrying a child, what did they do? They hurled accusations, they taunted her, they said hurtful things. But what did she do? Did she defend herself? Did she respond to every insult? Number Allah told her not to speak. And instead, Isa, peace be upon him, spoke from the cradle. Allah defended her in the most miraculous way. What do we learn? Silence, when guided by faith, is a form of strength, not weakness. One of the greatest challenges a believer faces is the test of words that come from others without knowledge, without fairness, and without compassion. Sometimes they speak behind your back, sometimes to your face, sometimes they whisper, and sometimes they shout. They comment on your life, your choices, your appearance, your faith, your family, and your intentions. You may remain silent, you may walk away, but their words still echo in your ears. It can be deeply painful, especially when it comes from those you love or those you least expect. But remember this, your silence today is not wasted. It is not forgotten. It is being recorded by the one who never misses a word, never overlooks a tear, and never allows injustice to go unaccounted for. Your silence is not your defeat, it is your worship. There are moments in life when you want to scream, you want to defend yourself, you want to clarify and correct every accusation, but you pause. You choose to stay quiet. And it's not because you don't have an answer. It's because your heart has learned that your greatest strength lies in letting Allah handle what you cannot. You don't remain silent because you are weak. You remain silent because you are strong enough to leave your affairs in the hands of the Almighty. And when He takes over, He brings justice in the most perfect way. The angels are not sleeping. They are not on leave. They are recording every slander, every lie, every mocking tone, and they are also recording your response, your patience, your calm, your dua, your restraint. These are not small acts. These are acts that earn you the company of the righteous. When people said things about the most beloved people on earth, the prophets of Allah, they did not stop, they did not crumble, they did not seek revenge. They turned to Allah and left the rest to Him. Our example in all situations must be rooted in the way of the prophets. When wronged, they forgave. When mocked, they stayed silent. When accused, they trusted Allah to clear their names. And Allah did. He always does. But He does it in His time, not yours. He does it when your patience is tested and proven. He does it when your sincerity shines through. And when He defends you, He does so in a way that leaves no doubt who was on the side of truth. You see, people will always talk. That is their test. But your reaction, that is your test. You will not be questioned about what they said. You will be questioned about how you responded. Did you meet anger with anger? Did you allow their words to make you bitter? Or did you rise above it with dignity, with wisdom, and with faith? Sometimes your silence is more powerful than any argument. Sometimes it is your silence that makes the biggest statement. It shows that you trust Allah more than you trust your tongue. It shows that your heart is too big to be pulled down by petty talk. It shows that you are focused on your path, not distracted by the noise. And let me tell you, every time you hold back from saying something hurtful in return, every time you choose not to post a response, every time you delete the message you wrote in anger, Allah knows. And He rewards you for it. What a beautiful transaction. You give up something for His sake, and He gives you peace, honor, and elevation in return. That is the power of silent strength. That is the reward of those who control their tongue and leave the matter to the one who never sleeps. Do not allow your peace to be stolen by the opinions of people. Do not let your day be ruined by words that have no weight in the sight of Allah. If you are doing your best, if your heart is sincere, if your path is guided by faith, then what they say is irrelevant. It cannot break you unless you allow it. And why should you let it break you when you are building something so beautiful with your patience? Sometimes in your silence, others will wonder why you're not retaliating. Let them wonder, let them speak, let them mock. Your silence is not for them, it is for your Lord. And when He rewards you, it will be in ways that leave you speechless. He will defend you in public for the pain you bore in private. He will clear your name in the hearts of people who matter. He will elevate your status while your enemies waste their time talking. That is the promise of the one who sees everything. And yes, it hurts. Let us not pretend it doesn't. Words can break hearts, they can ruin days, they can shake your confidence, but that pain you feel, that is your ladder. Climb it with dua. Use it to get closer to your Lord. Tell Him everything. Complain to Him, not to the world. Cry before Him, not before people. When you turn to Him with your wounds, He turns those wounds into wings. He uses your pain to elevate you. And sometimes He allows the talk to continue so that you learn to trust Him more. Sometimes He allows the hurt so that you grow stronger. Sometimes He lets the lies spread so that when the truth comes, it is brighter than the sun. And through it all, He watches how you carry yourself. Do you still pray on time? Do you still help others? Do you still smile? Do you still forgive? These are the moments that define who you are, not the opinions of people, but your actions in the face of their opinions. And never forget, when you remain silent for the sake of Allah, you are not just protecting yourself, you are earning His love. You are showing that you value His judgment over theirs. You are proving that your heart belongs to Him, not to the crowd. This is not easy. It takes courage, it takes patience, but it is the path of the righteous. And it leads to peace that no insult can disturb. They may see your smile, but they don't see your struggle. And that's fine. Let them see what they want. You don't need to advertise your pain. Allah knows. He sees what you carry in your chest. He sees how hard you're trying. He sees the burden you hide behind your silence. And He is so merciful, so generous, that He will reward you not just for the good you do, but also for the evil you avoid. He will reward you for what you wanted to say but held back. He will reward you for what you could have done but didn't, just to please Him. People assume that if you don't speak up, you're weak. That if you don't retaliate, you've lost. But in the eyes of Allah, your silence may be louder than their noise. Your self-control may be more powerful than their accusations. Your forgiveness may be your greatest victory. That's how different the standards of this world are from the standards of the hereafter. When you are misunderstood, misjudged, mistreated, pause. Don't rush to react. Ask yourself, who am I trying to please? If the answer is Allah, then take a deep breath, walk away if you must, and let your silence speak. Let it echo in the heavens. Let it be recorded in your book of deeds. Let it be a testimony on the day when every word will be replayed, every intention revealed, and every injustice corrected. And yes, they may talk. They may even smile while doing it. But their smile does not erase your sincerity. Their jokes do not cancel your worth. Their gossip does not define your story. The one who writes your story is the one who created your soul, and He is watching how beautifully you're handling the pain. He is watching how you lower your gaze, how you purify your heart, how you carry yourself with grace. They see your smile, but not your struggle, and that's okay. Allah sees both. He sees what you don't post. He hears what you don't say. He knows the intentions behind your silence. He knows the strength it takes to walk away. He knows how many nights you've cried, how many times you've nearly collapsed, how many times you've begged him for clarity, for comfort, for justice. And in all of that, he is with you. You are not alone. Don't believe the whispers that tell you otherwise. Don't let their words drown out your connection with your Lord. You are not invisible to him. You are not forgotten. You are loved more than you can imagine, and he will never leave you without reward. We live in a world where so much importance is given to being seen, being known, being praised. People often seek validation from others and constantly strive to be accepted by society. But the believer has a different lens. The believer sees with the eyes of faith and understands that it is not about being known by everyone. It is about being known by the one who created everyone. When you strive to please Allah, even if the entire world misunderstands you, criticizes you, or turns against you, you have nothing to fear. Because the one who owns the hearts of all people is already pleased with you. And when he is pleased with you, he can turn the hearts of others in your favor in ways you never imagined. You might spend your entire life trying to explain yourself to people who are determined not to understand you. You might keep trying to fix the way people see you, worrying about your image, your reputation, your impression in the hearts of others. But the moment you stop worrying about how they see you and start focusing on how Allah sees you, your heart finds peace. You begin to walk with a different confidence, and no one rooted in ego or pride, but one rooted in tawakkul, trust in the Almighty. You no longer seek to impress, you seek to worship. You no longer try to be popular. You try to be sincere. And in doing that, something beautiful happens. Without even realizing it, Allah places love for you in the hearts of the right people. Those who matter will respect you not because you chased their approval, but because Allah placed something in their hearts for you. This is not just theory. This is a reality that countless believers have lived through. When a person purifies their intention and lives with sincerity, even their smallest actions carry weight. A smile becomes a form of charity. A kind word becomes a means of guidance. A hidden act of charity becomes a means of earning paradise. Why? Because it was done for the sake of the one who sees all, even that which is hidden. On the other hand, you could do grand things, visible things, loud things, and if the intention behind it is to please people, it may carry no weight with Allah. What a reminder this is for us. It's not about how big your actions are, but about how sincere your intentions are. When you do something purely for Allah, you will never be disappointed. The people may not thank you. They may not even notice. But your Lord notices. He sees your effort, your struggle, your patience, and He never allows it to go unrewarded. Many times people become discouraged when they do good but receive no appreciation from others. They begin to question, why do I keep trying? No one cares. No one notices. But remember, you are not doing it for them. You are doing it for the one who created you, who fashioned you, who sustains you every single day. And when you live your life with that mindset, you rise above the pettiness of this world. You no longer feel the need to broadcast your every move. You no longer crave praise or fear criticism. You operate in a different space, a space of contentment, a space of humility, a space of sincerity. When you do something purely for Allah, He takes care of your reputation. He takes care of your dignity. He takes care of your provision. He takes care of your future. You don't need to advertise your goodness. You don't need to prove your sincerity. Just continue doing what's right and Allah will open the right doors for you. And even if people shut their doors, even if they turn away from you, know that Allah will replace them with better. Sometimes the people you thought were closest to you will walk away when you change for the better. Don't be saddened by this. It is part of your growth. When you clean your life, when you become more focused on pleasing Allah, some people will not understand. They may mock you. They may distance themselves. They may even turn against you. But let them go. don't hold on to anyone who pulls you away from your Creator. And don't grieve over the loss of those whose hearts are not aligned with righteousness. Focus on your relationship with Allah, and He will fill the gaps left by others. He will send new people into your life, those who strengthen your faith, who uplift your spirit, who remind you of the Akhirah. And even if He doesn't send anyone, know that His company is enough. The one who has Allah as a friend is never truly alone. The peace that comes from pleasing Allah cannot be replaced by any amount of worldly popularity. The contentment that settles in the heart of a sincere believer is far greater than the temporary excitement of being liked by people. Sometimes we forget that the hearts of people are not in our hands. You can do everything right and someone will still dislike you. You can be generous and someone will still call you stingy. You can be honest and someone will still accuse you of lies. That's the reality of this world. And that is why trying to please everyone is a losing game. But when you work to please Allah, you win even when the world says you've lost. You rise even when others try to bring you down. You shine even when others try to cover your light. Because your light is not from them, it is from your Lord. And when He gives you light, no one can extinguish it. How many people have been accused of things they never did? How many have been slandered, backbitten, wrongly blamed? Yet they remained patient. They didn't rush to respond. They didn't seek revenge. They turned to Allah and trusted that He would clear their name, and He did. He always does. Because Allah is just, He is fair, He is all aware, and He is never unaware of what you go through. So if you have been wronged, if your name has been dragged through the mud, if your reputation has been harmed because of lies, do not despair. Your silence is not your weakness, it is your strength. It is your trust in the one who knows the truth, and He will clear your name in the most perfect way at the most perfect time. Sometimes Allah allows the lies to spread so that when the truth comes, it becomes undeniable. Sometimes He allows you to be humiliated in the eyes of people so that He can elevate you in the eyes of the righteous. Sometimes He allows you to be broken so that He can rebuild you stronger than before. So don't be hasty in seeking justice. Don't rush to defend yourself. Turn to Him. Raise your hands in dua laliham. And watch how He responds in ways you never imagined. The people who accused you will be silenced not by your words, but by your character, your dignity, and the help of your Lord. And let us not forget that the ones who speak about others unjustly are harming themselves more than anyone else. Backbiting, slander, false accusations, these are among the gravest of sins. When someone speaks falsely about you, they are actually giving you their good deeds. On the day of judgment, they will wish they had never spoken. They will search for their deeds and find that they've been transferred to those they harmed. So do not envy the one who insults you, pity them. For they are digging a hole for themselves while thinking they are bringing you down. Continue doing good even when others try to twist your intentions. Continue helping others even when they don't appreciate it. Continue praying even when they call you extreme. Continue dressing modestly even when they mock your appearance. Continue speaking the truth even when it is unpopular. Your reward is not with them, it is with Allah, and He is the best of rewarders. When you are wrongly accused, it is easy to fall into the trap of anger, revenge, and despair. But remember the words of the one who said, "Indeed, Allah defends those who believe. You are not alone. The most powerful is on your side." And when He defends you, there is no need for you to defend yourself. Walk with dignity, live with sincerity, and leave the rest to Him. He sees what is done in the darkness and He brings it into light. He hears what is said in whispers and He exposes it when the time is right. The road of sincerity is not always easy. It is filled with challenges, misunderstandings, and heartache, but it is also filled with the sweetness of Allah's closeness. And that sweetness outweighs all the bitterness that people can throw at you. So remain steadfast. Do not let the talk of others define you. Let your actions speak. Let your dua be your voice. Let your patience be your proof. And let your sincerity be your shield. For the one who sees all will never allow you to be wronged without giving you something far better in return. Keep striving, keep trusting, and know that every step you take toward pleasing Him is a step away from the noise of this world and a step closer to eternal peace. And sometimes the answer comes in forms you never expected. You might ask for a job and Allah gives you peace of mind. You might ask for a spouse and Allah gives you strength in solitude. You might ask for a child and Allah gives you a deeper connection to Him. Don't limit the form of the answer. Just trust that it will come, and it will come in the best possible way. He knows what you need even more than you do. Also remember that when you raise your hands and ask, angels surround you. They say Ameen to your dua. They ask Allah to give you what you're asking. And even if you ask something good for someone else, the angels say, and for you the same. Imagine the generosity of a Lord who rewards you just for caring about others. A Lord who listens to every single supplication made in every language by every heart at every moment. That is who you are speaking to when you make dua. Never raise your hands in hesitation. Raise them in confidence. Raise them in humility, but also in hope. Know that the one you are turning to is the most kind, the most loving, the most generous, the most powerful. He will not turn you away empty-handed. Even if you don't see the results immediately, something is happening, something is shifting, something is being written, and the reward is guaranteed, if not in this world, then in the hereafter. And that reward is far greater, far more lasting, far more perfect than anything you could ever imagine. But for those who believe, even the smallest response in this world brings immense comfort. A slight opening, a gentle ease, a sudden peace in the heart, all signs that the most generous is responding. Pay attention to these signs. Don't dismiss them. Don't be blinded by your expectations. Sometimes the answer is already with you, but you're looking somewhere else. Be grateful for every sign of mercy, every tiny blessing, because gratitude invites more. When you are thankful, Allah increases. When you are patient, He rewards. When you trust, He delivers. There are days when your world feels like it's falling apart, when you're overwhelmed by burdens that seem too heavy to bear, and everything inside you wants to give up. Your heart is tired, your mind is scattered, your soul feels distant, and you wonder how long you can keep going. But in those moments, do not underestimate the power of a sincere dua made with tears in your eyes and conviction in your heart. When the world fails to offer comfort, when friends do not understand, and when solutions seem out of reach, there is always one place to turn. Raise your hands and call out to your Creator, knowing with full certainty that even if the situation doesn't change overnight, your dua is already changing something within you. It is softening your heart. It is anchoring your faith. It is inviting mercy into your life. Sometimes the situation itself doesn't change immediately, but you begin to change, and that's the beginning of everything shifting in your favor. We often rely on ourselves until we are broken. We keep pushing and pushing, thinking we can handle it all, and then we hit that wall where we just can't anymore. That's not a sign of failure. That's a sign that you are human. It's a sign that you were never meant to carry everything on your own. That is when you are supposed to stop, take a deep breath, and raise your hands to the sky and call upon the one who is never tired, who is never overwhelmed, who never sleeps, and who never abandons. And you don't need perfect words. You don't need to be in the best spiritual state. You just need to be sincere. You just need to want Him. That yearning is enough. That brokenness is beloved to Him. When you turn to Him while you're shattered, you're actually closer to Him than when you're full of yourself and independent. Sometimes we wait until things are perfect before we make dua. We think we need to have everything sorted. We think we need to be in a pure state. But what we don't realize is that dua itself is the purifier. It is what removes the heaviness. It is what polishes the heart. You don't wait until you feel strong to ask even while you're weak. In fact, those are the most powerful du'as, the ones that come from a heart that has nothing left but hope in the mercy of the most merciful. Don't be ashamed of your weakness. Don't think your brokenness disqualifies you from His mercy. It is that very brokenness that can elevate you to levels of closeness that even the most outwardly righteous may not reach. Because He loves those who are humble, and nothing makes you more humble than realizing that you are nothing without Him. And remember, when you think your dua isn't being answered, it doesn't mean it's being ignored. Sometimes not getting what you asked for is the greatest mercy. You might have been asking for something that would have destroyed you, something that would have pulled you away from your purpose, something that might have seemed sweet now, but would have turned bitter later. You don't see the full picture, you don't know the future, but He does. So trust the one who has infinite knowledge, perfect wisdom, and unmatched love for His creation. The delay isn't a denial. The redirection isn't a rejection. It's a sign that you're being looked after, that your dua was heard, and that something better is on its way, even if it's not what you expected. There is an unseen world that is activated when a servant raises their hands in sincerity. The angels begin to record, doors of mercy open, the heavens listen. Every dua is an act of worship, and every act of worship brings reward, even if you don't see the result